Hey, Matt.
Hi, Nick.
Look at my sweet death. Wait, that sounds weird.
You are a pretty sweet-looking death there.
Yep. This is Death. He is the main character of Darksiders 2. A game which I have been enjoying quite a bit. Even more so than the first one, which I enjoyed also quite a bit.
I never got into the first one, really.
Yeah?
I don't think I disliked it, per se. I
good
just never
game.
really
It's really good.
got into playing it.
So is this one.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, it's actually kind of interesting that you didn't really get into it, because it's, these games are, like, totally gamer games.
yeah.
Like, crazy. Like, these are some video-game-ass video games.
Yeah, that's...
And I love that. They're the kind of games that don't really get made anymore.
No, I guess not, really.
Watch me rip the hell out of this chest open.
I think it's open now.
Yep. Because Death can't be bothered to open it himself. He summons ghostly skeleton arms to open his treasure chests and doors for him. So yeah, this game and the game before it is kind of an amalgamation of a bunch of really awesome,
Blade, gun will crush you!
okay.
Yeah. You say
I think I'll stay here. They're an amalgamation of a bunch of, like, you know, now classic stuff. A bunch of stuff from the last generation, actually. Like, it's basically, the overall structure of the game is, Legend of Zelda. One of the modern Legend of Zeldas, Ocarina of Time and onward.
Okay.
The combat is totally God of War or Devil May Cry,
Sure.
sort of a thing. It's very combo focused, and there's a lot of room for technical fighting and stuff. I'm kind of just button mashing right now because I'm just talking while I'm doing it, but I mean, if you want to do sweet ass combos and shit, you totally have all the tools at your disposal to do that.
Okay.
Pop guys up in the air and juggle them, and
What are your attack choices? Do you have, like, a hard and a light, or...
well, sort of. You have the skids, scythes.
I think it's
Scythes?
I don't know.
You have the scythes is your main weapon. That's on the X button, so that's your
Yeah.
X/square, you know, light attack analog. But then the Y button or triangle on PlayStation is whatever you have equipped in your secondary slot.
Oh, okay.
Because this game totally has straight up loot.
Oh. The first one didn't have loot, did it?
No.
No.
The first one was a lot more, you only got new weapons when the story dictated it. So yeah, as you can see, there's, you know, a bunch of different
all types
categories
of different gear.
here, and it affects the look of your character, and
Now, what are your secondary weapon options like?
right now I have these arm blades.
Okay.
I think all of the stuff are arm blade class that I have right now, but you can get larger stuff too. The arm blades are actually faster than the size.
Okay. So you can kind of custom build.
Yeah, you
to
can
a certain
sort of
degree.
custom build your playstyle.
Yeah.
I really like the arm blades because they're ridiculously fast and they just rip through dudes.
You had a big giant mace before, right?
Yeah,
Like, super slow, but
I've had a
super
bunch of stuff in that slot.
high
I've had a
damage.
mace and a glaive and
Yeah.
all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Shut up, cell phone. Sorry. Can you turn that off? What are we doing? Darksiders, video games. Yay. So this dungeon I'm in here is just a totally random dungeon.
Oh.
I mean, not random as in randomly generated.
Just random in the world.
A ton of damage. It's a side dungeon, I mean.
Okay.
Fuck you guys.
Yeah, no kidding. Got some health potion or something?
Oops. Yep. I'm drinking them.
Gross.
So yeah, in addition to loot, this game also has XP and levels and skill trees.
Ah, okay. That's cool, yeah.
That move that you saw me do over and over again there, that like crazy giant death blade thing, is one of the moves I unlocked on the skill tree.
Nice.
Which is this thing. There's sort of two sides of it. The left side here is like melee focused stuff, and the right side is kind of magic focused stuff.
Okay.
I'm doing more melee, but then I also have this shield thing from the magic side.
Yeah.
Which seemed useful. And yeah, that's fun. You level up, you get a skill point.
Now, is this happening right after the first one?
It's actually happening concurrently with the first one.
Okay. Where is Death here? Because the first one, aren't you on Earth?
Yes.
Yeah.
The first one takes place on Earth.
This does not look like Earth.
No.
This looks like...
Well, to be
fantasy.
fair, the first one also kind of didn't really look like Earth.
Well, okay, I suppose.
Because it was Earth 100 years after the apocalypse happened, so
yeah.
It was overrun by demons and everything.
Yeah.
This is right now. I think you go somewhere else later, but right now I'm on the Maker's world.
Who are the Makers?
The Makers are these race of, maybe we'll see them later on, but they're the race of these giant, for lack of a better word, they're giant dwarves, basically.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Sure.
I mean, dwarves in the fantasy. Oh, that lava is totally raising up.
Yeah.
So I just got that grappling hook thingy.
Oh.
Which means I could do this dungeon.
Ah, okay.
Whoops, that was bad. Oh, that's instant death. Okay, that's fun.
Yep. It's lava. Melts ya.
Okay, good. Checkpoint. What was I saying?
You just got that power to do this dungeon?
Oh yeah, so I mean it's very Zelda-like, where you still get powers and moves and stuff based on your progression in the game. In addition to the loot, which is a really cool, the random loot drops, I mean. Which is a really cool combination. Like, that combination of stuff has never been in the same game before.
Okay.
So it's cool that you have multiple vectors for improving your character.
Yeah.
Like a Legend of Zelda or a Metroid or, you know, Nintendo games, basically. Except for Mario and whatever.
Well, yeah.
They always take the approach of improving your character through the progression of the game itself. Ugh, keep hitting the wrong button. It's right trigger, not left trigger. And this game totally follows that, just like the first one did. And the first one got, you know, pretty heavily criticized and received lower scores and stuff because the first one was kind of paradoxical because the body of the reviews were always really glowing, and it seems to be the same with this one too. But it was like they didn't want to give them higher scores because it had so many direct parts of other games. But I don't know. I really think this game and Darksiders 1 before it. Nope. No. Go back down there. So we need to go over there. Then we need to go up. Whew.
There we go.
It's not. I mean, I guess you could call it derivative, but every video game is sort of derivative.
Well,
really.
yeah.
And They very much are wearing their influences and their inspirations on their sleeve here.
Sure.
Actually, in a lot of ways, it's not up as of us recording this video, but we just recorded a video of Dust, so it should be up probably just before or just after this one. And in a lot of ways, those two games are very similar, or these two games, in their design ethos. Because both of them are just very obviously games that the creators wanted to play.
Yeah.
And they're games that, you know, in a lot of ways have been done before, but not done by them with their unique voice and vision and all that kind of stuff. So,
you know, claiming something is derivative as criticism can be valid, but
this game is not derivative the way, like,
this isn't derivative the way people who use that as an insult think it is, you know.
Ooh, that's cool. That's totally kind of random.
This game is...
Oh, I leveled up. It's not random.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
This game is inspired by other games and uses tools found in those games to make a new game. It's its own standalone game.
It's not derivative the way a crappy top 40s pop song is derivative.
Sure.
It's derivative more in the way of, like...
It's in the spirit of other games that have come before.
Punk rockabilly stuff, taking on the sounds of 50s surf and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Are you on a big robot thing?
Yep.
What is, that's cool.
I got a robot now, because that's the way this game rolls.
Yeah. Get it? It rolls like a robot, yeah.
Totally meant that too. No, I didn't actually. I gotta get off my robot to pick up these floating gloves.
They're brutal.
Oh, that's a new weapon. It's a new secondary weapon.
Oh, okay.
But it's
not as good.
Well, it does more damage, but not as much critical. But they're the same class, so they pretty much have the same kind of attacks.
That's cool. They're glowy.
Alright, we can get Robot to smash those things. So, yeah, I mean, I really love everything about this game, because it's kind of... Like, if I made a game, it'd probably be a lot like this.
Yeah.
It's got, like, all of my favorite games in it.
Yeah.
It's, and it's one of the few games to, oh, that's just going back over there, okay.
Yeah.
It's, one of the few games to bring back, like, one of my favorite games of all time is, they always want me to attach his grappling hook to something. Yep, let me do this. One of my favorite games is Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. Whoops. No. Oh, that was weird. This game has, like, real traversal. In, like, straight up Prince of Persia: Sands of Time style.
Okay.
The way that even, like, the newer Prince of Persia games themselves have abandoned. In favor of, you know, trying to do something... I guess trying to do something new, or trying to do something more inclusive. You know, trying to court a wider audience, I guess.
Okay.
But, Vigil, the developers of this game, are just like, no, fuck that. We liked...
Yeah. No, this
we
is
like
the game.
Prince
this
of
is
Persia.
The game we're gonna make. We're not gonna.
So we're gonna do that and put. I mean, there is, you know, there is refinements on it.
Yeah. Whoa.
Thanks. It's a key.
And
it's gonna tell me it's a key.
Look like an axe. Yeah.
I know. It's gonna pause the whole game to tell me it's a key, even though this is like the 10th key I've gotten, because that's what Legend of Zelda does.
Just making sure you remember.
That's what this game does too. So yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff. Like, if this game was made in the previous generation of consoles, like, or even the one before, well, yeah, like the previous, like if this was, oh, I got that key now, I can go back over here. Hi guys. Whoops. It would be a, like, gigantic hit.
Sure.
Like, everyone would love the shit out of it. And it's, you know, in a weird way, it's kind of a throwback to games that aren't even really that old.
Not really.
And it's just that, you know, like, everyone is out there trying to make a new Call of Duty and trying to do all these things to make games more inclusive and bring in new, and you know, that's cool. I'm all about, I love video games, and I'm all about more people experiencing them.
Yeah.
I'm all about sharing the love of this medium with new players. But
said,
at times it seems like the bulk, especially in the last couple of years, even awesome, like, more core games like Assassin's Creed is a great example, because that's a great game, but that game is in the lineage. It's made by the same people, a lot of the same people on that development team and designers and stuff that made the Prince of Persia games from last generation.
Yeah.
But they've changed the traversal on that completely. It's almost, it is straight up entirely automatic.
Yeah. You
And
just run up to a building and you're climbing it.
They're just, right.
I mean, there's a little bit of skill, but
It's more about, it's shifting the focus to just navigation.
yeah,
As opposed to,
the mechanics of
execution
climbing.
of the, execution with the controller. And manual dexterity and all that stuff. Whoops. No. But this game, you know, this game requires some good old manual dexterity, which I'm all about. These guys are fucking me up.
Yeah, drink something.
I'm out.
Oh. That's not good.
Nope. Maybe I can swing across there, or we can go over here. So yeah, and like, even, you know, these games, there we go, we're just gonna use that right away.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, the base game of this is, oh, it's...
That's where it came
the
from.
entrance.
Yeah.
The base structure of this game is a Legend of Zelda, basically. You have an overworld that connects a bunch of dungeons and different areas to explore.
It's kind of high up there.
I don't think I can get that. Yeah. Do I have to bring my robot back over here somehow? I don't even know.
How.
Oh, we can go this way.
Oh. Yeah. The little green thing that we keep seeing.
Oh, that guy?
Yeah.
That's my bird. It's my crow. His name is Dust, coincidentally.
What does he do?
He's kind of the, he's a clever idea that doesn't really work very well. He's, the pointer, basically. He points you in the direction you're supposed to go.
Sure.
You can always see him. He's that purple dot on the mini map down in the corner there.
Ah.
So he's always sort of perched near where you need to go next.
Yeah.
Usually. And you can
Except
hold
when
down.
He's not.
You can hold in the left stick and tell him to go specifically fly around and try to find something for you. But sometimes he'll just pick a random spot to land, like he just did right there.
Yeah.
That's not where I'm supposed to go, you stupid bird. I can't even go over there. That's just a piece of the scenery that you can land on and I can't. So that's not very helpful. And there is actually kind of a bunch of stuff like that about this game. There are like really great ideas that maybe just fall... no time to waste? Why did he say that?
That's supposed to mean, yeah.
I don't know. That maybe fall like just short. Oh, this thing is sinking.
Oh yeah, that's why there's no time to waste.
Oops. They fall just short, or they don't work quite right, but I don't know. That stuff doesn't really matter ultimately, because again, games like this are not being made anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm glad somebody did.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm glad Joe Mad and a couple of his friends took his comic book money. And, I don't even know if that's what happened, but yeah. The whole artwork and animation and everything in this game is fantastic.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
Just seriously great, and great in a way that, you know, a lot more people could say is great, as opposed to Dust, which is a very specific aesthetic that, you know, you may or may not like.
Yeah, this has a more universally appealing aesthetic.
Yes, this has a more This has a tried and true comic book look and design to it.
Yeah.
Because one of the founding members of Vigil Games is Joe Madureira. Madureira. I don't know how to say his name. I just died.
Yeah.
Trying to pronounce his name. And no one knows how to pronounce his name, really, which is why he goes by Joe Mad.
I see.
Who's actually one of my favorite comic artists. I love that guy.
What did he draw?
He's done a bunch of stuff. He had his own series for a while called Battle something that I forget. The thing that he's actually been out of comics for a while because he's been working on these games. The thing that he most recently did that I read that was really great was he did the first few issues of Avenging Spider-Man. Which is a good, fun comic. Sort of like Spider-Man and his friends.
God, these guys suck.
Yeah. I don't think I'm supposed to be here yet, actually.
Oh.
I'm in the middle of the actual story dungeon that I'm supposed to be in.
Yeah.
And I teleported out of it, because you can teleport right back into a dungeon whenever you want. After you teleport out, after you, quick travel.
Okay.
This map moves really slowly.
Yeah.
Where was that? I'll show you on the map. It puts a little check mark. Shoot. Did I lose my progress in that dungeon? Oh well. I think I did when I entered this one. Oh wait, no, there it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I can return right back there, which is, that's cool.
That's cool.
That's classy.
Yeah.
And handy. And very Diablo. But, what was I saying? Yeah, Joe Mad, he's great. And he's why this game looks fantastic. And all the animators that they have working for them.
Well, yeah, of course. What studio made?
It's made by Vigil, which is a sub-studio of THQ.
Okay.
This is actually their second game. Their first game was Darksiders 1.
Yeah.
They founded the studio to make these games. Just because they had this idea and they wanted to make it.
Yeah.
And it was a bunch of friends that wanted to get into making games. Or, had made games in the past.
Yeah, for various other whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. But, I really hope this game does well, because THQ puts out rad fucking games.
Yeah, they need...
And they're not doing very well.
They need support.
Ow.
Are they not doing well because this isn't Call of Duty? This isn't some cynical...
Yeah, maybe partially.
Crap.
I mean, they... Another game that they put out, somewhat recently that was really fantastic that sadly did not do... It did okay. It didn't do, Call of Duty levels.
Yeah.
Was Saints Row the Third.
Oh, that's right.
Which is done by... let's maybe get out of this.
Yeah.
There we go. That one was done by Volition, which is another internal THQ, bought by THQ Studio. Who also made another awesome THQ game that was Red Faction Guerrilla.
Oh.
So THQ is fantastic.
Yeah.
They're doing
some good stuff.
They're doing God's work. They're doing God of War's work. Let's go back here and show you these guys. These are the makers. This is like sort of the hub world for the area I'm in right now.
Okay.
The hub, not world, hub area.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
But, yep, there's one of them.
Oh, yeah.
I have lived 1,000 lifetimes, but I don't have the answers you seek.
Totally a dwarf.
So
That's really tall.
Yeah. The story in this game is good, if a little dumb and incomprehensible. But it's still really good in a just, fun, stupid way. It's just, gothic fantasy.
Yeah.
I can buy some stuff from this lady. Or sell stuff. Like I'm gonna do right now. Whoa, that is a ton of fucking gold.
Whoa.
That's because that's a possessed item, which
What is
that's the highest level of rarity for the random loot. And possessed items you can upgrade by feeding other weapons to.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
But yeah, whatever. I won't bore people by looking through inventory stuff, I guess. What was like? Is there any stuff in the previous version of this video that we covered that I'm forgetting?
I don't think so.
Oh, well, I'm playing this on PC.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's where I'm playing. That's where I play video games these days. And unfortunately, the PC port is not great.
No, it had some
It
major
has some
problems.
issues.
Yeah, it still has some issues.
Yeah, sadly. The
Notably the VSync, right?
yeah, VSync is the biggest thing for me. That makes the frame rate go all over the goddamn place and makes my video card work way too much for how this game really should.
Sure.
Which, whatever. Ultimately, that's not that big of a deal. It also doesn't have a whole lot of... It doesn't really have anything in the way of... this is a video options.
Oh.
You turn on vertical sync and choose your resolution, and it full screen.
Wow, okay.
And that's pretty much it. Which, whatever. Ultimately, that doesn't really bother me either as much as a lot of PC grognards. Which, if I ever use the term grognard in, like I just did in this video or any other, I mean that with the utmost respect. You are my people. And I completely understand you. But, I'm just saying. So, if you're a grognard, if you're an old PC grognard, you're not gonna dig the port for this.
The
This
lack
is
of
one of the
options.
larger areas you can run around with your horse.
Huh. Your glowy horse.
Glowy horse named Despair.
Of course. What else would Death's horse be named?
Yep.
Wouldn't be named Sunshine.
There's also a couple, I ran into a pretty... Death and Buttercup. Actually, he should be named Taxes.
Yeah.
I also ran into a totally game-breaking, bug early on where there was something I needed for a puzzle. I needed a blue glowy orb to roll into a slot, and the blue glowy orb was not where it was supposed to be.
Just wasn't there.
Just was not there at all.
Oh, man.
So that was kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
And I had to restart, but I I restarted, and then I played through that whole 3 hours that I spent getting up to that point in the first place. Mm-hmm. And honestly, it kind of didn't even really bother me that much.
Yeah, it didn't even matter.
Because the game is great. These guys are pushovers now compared to the stuff I was just fighting.
Yeah, totally.
So yeah, some patches could help, and I saw people in forums complaining about the same thing for both console versions as well. So
oh, okay.
The progression bug stuff is not just a PC thing. Seems like maybe it's more widespread on the PC, but
okay.
You know, I don't know.
Who knows? Yeah.
So if you're gonna get this game, maybe get it on a console, which, you know, I'm sure some people would say, well, duh, it's a console game. What are you even doing playing it on a PC?
Yeah,
and
Nick, jeez.
They would have somewhat of a point, I guess. But, you know, this is just where I play games now.
Yeah, yeah.
You have the TV, and I have my
Yeah, your fancy computer.
My fancy computer over here with my monitor that is much nicer than our television. So, not bigger, but nicer overall.
Higher quality, yeah.
Oops.
Whoa.
All right, I'll kill
Hi.
you. That's fine. If you really want me to.
I think he does. Awesome.
Yeah, so this game is just to sum everything up. This game is great, and it is just very. If you're interested in Dust, but put off by the lo-fi aesthetics and put off by the 2D and all that stuff, and you want a AAA version of that, that's this.
Yeah.
And it's awesome. I am so happy. Oh, this is one of the previous story dungeons. I am super, super happy that this game exists.
Yeah, well, especially in 2012.
Yeah.
Where everything is so cynical and first-person shooter, and
yeah, they dared to make a silly. Oh, here's another great PC. You saw it on the loading screen there. Yeah, it doesn't hide the mouse cursor. There it is. Hello, mouse cursor. Even though you can't actually use it.
Yeah.
Oh, I did use it. Okay. Well, you can't use it for a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm always annoyed by this. I have to move it down to the corner to hide it.
That's just lazy. Yeah.
And also with the map, that I'm just nitpicking now, I guess. But I was confused by this for a while. If you're in a dungeon and you want to switch the map back to the overworld, it says on the map, push A. I'm playing it with an Xbox controller, so, you know, and it knows that. But it says push A for a world map. It's not A. It's click in the left stick.
Weird.
Yeah.
It's pretty blatant mislabel there, yeah.
No. I want... Why did it switch me back to the gun?
Yeah.
Weird.
I don't know.
Maybe it's because these guys are in the vicinity? Did I push a button to do that? No, I want
No. Weird. Can you switch somehow?
Oh, I
Is
can
that it?
assign... Yeah, I can
Yeah.
do it like that. It's just weird that it did it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I guess I'm done rambling about
Okay.
how much I love this damn game, despite its flaws.
None of its
Technical.
flaws can't be overlooked, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, they should patch it and fix it, obviously, but,
No, I mean, they kind of can be overlooked. This
No, okay, that's what I mean, yeah. Yeah, they can be overlooked.
Yes.
They can't not be overlooked.
They can't not be overlooked. while overlooking the underside of the looking.
Yes.
That was a look. That was an overlook. We're gonna
And we will
underlook
not
this
overlook.
video.
We will not. Yes.
I hope you viewers will overlook this terrible video we just made. I hope you will overlook the flaws of this video.
And watch anyway.
Overlook the fact that I'm still rambling and the video hasn't ended yet.
I'll end it. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, everybody.